Hello everybody, welcome to the 40K lowdown. Now today I'm going to try something a bit different just to see what the reaction is. So a while ago I did a quick review of my Eldar army, and today I'm going to try and do a bit of an overview, a sort of more analytical look at one of the units. So today I'm going to be looking at the Windriders, the Eldar jet bikes, because they're one of my personal favourite units. So obviously the first thing you see when you look at any page in the codex is the stat line. And for the Windriders, the stat line's fairly decent. It's not their best asset, but the stat line's decent. Obviously the first thing you look at is the weapon skill and ballistic skill, which 4 and 4 to the Eldar standard. It's I'd say probably the average for the whole of Warhammer 40K, so it's decent. And then you get your strength 3 to the Eldar average again. Obviously it's not great, it does let you down if for some reason you want to go into combat with these guys. But then you've got your toughness, which obviously you get the +1 for being on a bike, so you've got your 4 toughness. That's better than most other things in the Eldar codex, which gives it a bit of an advantage over some of the other options you could take. Wounds 1, it's fair enough. You can't really... That's what you'd expect from a bike of this kind. Initiative 5, obviously Eldar initiative, that's what you get. Attacks 1, I don't see why you'd be going into close combat with these guys, but if you do, then they've got an attack. And leadership 8, that's again Eldar standard. That's what you expect from an Eldar unit. And save 3, which is nice, obviously, because they're on a bike. That's what you get from a bike. And then you go into their Wargear. So they have the Eldar jet bike special rule, which is very good. So what the Eldar jet bike special rule means, even if they've shot in the shooting phase, they can move up to 2d6 in the assault phase. And if they don't want to do that, you can turbo boost 36 inches if you want a turbo boost in the shooting phase, which is very useful for getting from one side of the board to the other very, very quickly to support other units or take an objective in the first turn. So another cool thing you can have is stick a warlock in the squad. Obviously having a psyker on something of this speed is very effective, because it means you can really whiz about and get the support that the warlock's psychic powers give to other units in the Eldar army. And then, so you come to look at the points-wise on these guys. 17 points a model, which I'd say is very reasonable. It's probably fairly standard for this kind of unit, but the upgrades is where the Windriders really excel, as it only costs 10 points a model to replace the shuriken catapult with a scatter laser or a shuriken cannon. And I have to say, a squad of 3 of these guys, all with scatter lasers, it can take out whole squads of anything in a single shooting phase, it's really, really good for just clearing objectives and moving straight on in the next turn to another unit and taking that whole squad out. So, in conclusion, these guys are probably one of the strongest units in the Eldar army, probably the strongest bikes you can get in the game, I'd say. I wouldn't categorically say I don't know the stat lines and rules for some of the other bikes in the game, but these guys are certainly very competitive, very, very well costed. 51 points for a squad of these guys with no upgrades, and then you're looking at about 81 if you're not going to have a warlock and you want all 3 to have scatter laser or a shuriken cannon. So yeah, they're a very strong unit. I'd highly recommend that you get them. Give the video a thumbs up if you want some more of these videos with me stuttering slightly less. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.